Did you hear? NASA found a whole bunch of new planets, just a big mess of them hanging out there. Like it wasn't a big deal, like we wouldn't find out.
Bunch of big sweaty space rocks, probably teeming with alien life. You'd have to be an alien to be excited about that.
I'm not an alien, and the thing I read doesn't even mention aliens, just the planets, but even if they did, why would that be a bad thing? Finding extraterrestrial life has been the primary yet unspoken goal of the space program since its inception.
Goddamn eggheads! How come those reckless, stargazing fools at NASA have never bothered to include how delicious we are in any of their equations?
Because they don't know how delicious we are? Do you know how delicious we are?
Earthlings are the tastiest morsels in the stellarverse. We all know this. Instinctively. Why do you think every movie we've ever made about aliens is about how much they want to eat us?
Come on. Not all movie aliens want to eat us. I mean, sure, I'll give you the Predator and the Thing and the Body Snatchers, but E.T., that cute little he doesn't want to eat us. He forms a psychic bond with Elliot. He heals Elliot's finger. Why would he do that if he wanted to eat him?
Because the psychic link is how ETs enslave their prey. Elliot gets inconsolably upset over every negative feeling that ET experiences, to the point where they become Elliot's primary concern.
He does get Elliot psychically drunk at school and then turns him into an eco-terrorist and burgeoning sex offender.
ET never has Elliot's best interests in mind. He keeps setting him into danger every time he gets a wild hair up his whatever ETs have instead of butts.
See, I like to think that they out of their eyes or the nipples. Does ET have nipples? I'm sure there's a deleted scene or a featurette about ET's nipples and
Anyway, if ET's people hadn't come back to pick him up, Elliot would have become a complete slave to fulfilling all of his needs, including feeding him. And since we know ET can repair damaged flesh with his star magic, that means taking big, meaty bites out of Elliot and then wishing him back together again in an endless circle. For all of eternity.
But he goes the whole movie not trying to eat Elliot. Why would he suddenly start?
I don't know, maybe he didn't know he was able to. I mean, E.T. was a stupid alien. His people don't make any immediate effort to swing back around and pick him up, probably because they assumed he was already lying face down in a creek like a dried up cat turd. Because he was too dumb to eat the child beef he needed to stay alive.
Okay, fine, I'll give you E.T. But what about Flight of the Navigator? A fun-loving, pee-wee sounding alien takes a kid on a fun joyride in a spaceship.
To an alternate future where his family has aged 8 years combing the forest for his dead body. And sure, the alien takes the kid back to the moment in time when he was abducted, but that alternate future still exists. And now it's full of sweet, disposable human meat.
So your argument is that the Flight of the Navigator aliens are abducting people to create an alternate timeline, then returning those people to their original timeline, just so they, the aliens, can eat people in the alternate timeline.
Yep. That's why everyone in Flight of the Navigator's inexplicably afraid of blimps and water towers. What? It's because they're having memory echoes of a fractured timeline in which they were abducted by aliens.
What about batteries not included?
A bunch of space robots turn a Skid Row tenement into a food stock nest for their biomechanical offspring? What about it?
No, the robots help the old people with their restaurant. They fix it.
It's about as benevolent a gesture as a DMV computer renewing Billy Joel's driver's license. See, the aliens need metal and electricity to create their young, which they find in abundance in this tenement building. So they turn it into a nest and keep all the renters pacified. It's kind of like when wasps stuff their hives full of live spiders. Those little GoBots are absolutely going to eat Jessica Tandy when the time is right.
I feel like there's a definite flaw in the way you're interpreting this film, but I don't care enough to dispute you. What about Cocoon? Those aliens take an entire retirement community of old people to live in space with them forever with the help of an improbably muscular Steve Guttenberg.
The undeniable force of Gutenberg's power was on full display in that film. But no! The aliens in Cocoon are energy vampires. See, Brian Dennehy sets up shop next to a nursing home so he can channel the life force of all those dwindling souls into a swimming pool to recharge his buddies without raising too much suspicion. Because nobody bats an eye stalk when old people die in a rest home. But then Wilford Brimley and his friends screw the whole thing up, and Dennehy's pals die. Why would he reward them for that? No, he's bringing those old folks to space with him so he has some husks to drain on the ride back.
What about Starman? He's definitely a good guy, right?
Starman comes down to Earth disguised as Karen Allen's dead husband. I mean, he's already a shithead for preying on human grief, just like that f***ing monster at the end of Contact. Plus, Starman becomes obsessed with eating. It's the very last thing he lists in the list of things he's gonna miss about Earth. And earlier in the film, he specifically asks if people eat people.
Do people eat people?
Ergo, he's eventually gonna come back to Earth with all of his people for the Great Feast. It's an evil movie.
I think you're just scared of aliens.
The Abyss is about aliens scaring the planet and disarming its nuclear weapons so they can storm out of the ocean and eat us.
Arrival.
The aliens are teaching us our language to unite the planet so that we're still around as a food source in 3,000 years to save them from an extinction-level famine. I mean, they're giant squids. Of course they're gonna eat us. They're just gonna do it, like, way in the future.
Close Encounters.
The aliens are kidnapping breed humans for an intergalactic earthling ranch. They have to rotate their stock every now and then so the meat doesn't get all inbred and diseased. They're only bringing Richard Dreyfuss into space so he can and they're only letting him so they can eat his babies.
You realize that no part of anything that you've said is implied in any of these movies.
I know. It's chilling.
No, I mean, this whole aliens are gonna eat us thing, that's all in your head. I mean, look at you. Your skin's all tight and your muscles are all stringy. How much time are you spending thinking about this, obsessing over it? Are you sleeping?
No, not really.
No, you don't look like it. You don't look like you're eating either. Here, made you a sandwich.
Oh. Thanks.
Yeah, eat it. Maybe take a walk or something. Burn off all that sour adrenaline. You know what they say? Too much fear spoils the meat, spoils the soul, spoils the human soul.
Is this butter?
Is it? I can't.
I think it's butter.
I can't hear what you're saying. Take a few more bites.
No.
Yeah?
I think it's still butter. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you want to subscribe, please hit the big C in the middle. If you want to watch another video, please click one of the links on the right. And if you want to get notifications from YouTube every time you have a new video, click the little bell icon and they will send you a notification every time you put up a new one.